مساء الخير وأهلاً وسهلاً بسعادة سفيرة إيرلندا في الأردن السيدة ماريان بولجر. أهلا وسهلا فيكي وإنتي الشريك لتكية ولا دار أبو عبد الله المؤسسة الشقيقة لتكية أم علي. سعادة السفيرة أنتي هاي السنة الأخيرة لإلك في الأردن ورح تنتقلي لمهمة أخرى جديدة، فكنا حابة أسمع من حضرتك عن انطباعك خلال الفترة اللي اشتغلتي فيها في الأردن. إيش أكتر اللحظات اللي أثرت فيكي؟
Well, first of all, thank you, Gurmil Mahagov. Thank you so much for having me here today. And I do want to say, first of all, that tomorrow is Ireland's National Day, St. Patrick's Day. It's a day where we celebrate everything Ireland. We won't be doing so much this year, given the conflict, but I do hope that we have the opportunity as an embassy to celebrate later on in the year. So the first thing I also want to say before I get to the impact is that this has been an absolutely amazing posting, and really that's because of the people. People here have opened their hearts and their homes to both me and my family, and they've made it such an amazing experience for us. So that's the main thing that I will take away and that I will definitely miss so much when I leave here in the summer. So if I talk about the impact of our embassy, I'd like to mention three things, just for the sake of time. I could talk about a lot of things, but I'll stick to three. And the three things I'd like to talk about are youth engagement and empowerment. The second is trade and investment issues, and the third is culture. So I have had the great honour and privilege of travelling the length and breadth of Jordan to meet young people, whether that be in the areas of promoting STEM, which is science, technology, engineering and maths, whether it's filmmaking skills, which is another project that we're involved in, meeting young farmers, which we'll come to,
yeah, exactly.
and also supporting a gym and sports equipment for young people across Jordan. I've also had the honour of working very closely with a great partner, UNICEF, along with the Ministry of Youth and the Minister of Youth to meet youth groups in Jordan. And it's great to hear from the young people directly, to hear about their hopes, their dreams, their talents. And what I would say mainly, it's all very inspirational. I meet such great dedication, talent across Jordan amongst young people, and I really see, for me, I see great potential for the country into the future. I really do. It reminds me a lot of Ireland when I was younger. And that brings me, I suppose, very neatly to trade and investment issues. There's so much talent and dedication. You want to provide the opportunity to young people here in Jordan and provide a future for them. So that's where I see we really need to work hard as a country, as Ireland, but also as part of the European Union to promote trade and investment issues in Jordan, to attract companies to come in and invest here, which I think there's really great opportunity to do so. So working with the EU delegation on an investment conference, an EU investment conference is coming up in April. But also then we've had great impact as an embassy in the areas of ICT and education. So we see delegations going to Ireland from Jordan, and we see vice versa as well coming here. An interest in ICT and innovation in particular, and there is something coming up in the future, so do watch our space to see something exciting happening there in that space. But also education, we see more and more Jordanians choosing Ireland as a destination for education, which is great to see. But also even more exciting, I think, in many ways, is the fact that these institutional partnerships between Irish institutions and Jordanian institutions, universities, is really blossoming and has grown since I've been here. So that's been a real great impact to see.
Thank
and
you.
Then the last thing I'd say, sorry, on culture, very briefly, is culture. Irish people are really proud, like Jordanians, of our culture. We bring it everywhere we go. Irish people have spread their wings and have moved a lot. We emigrated a lot from Ireland over the years, and we have always brought our culture with us. And that's one of the things, as an ambassador, as an embassy, I've been really proud to be involved in. And the highlights of that over the posting will be, we had River Dance, which is a famous Irish dancing and Irish music performance, which was in the amphitheatre, which is an amazing venue back in 2023. And then last year, Ireland was selected as a country of honour at the Amman International Film Festival, and we got to screen a lot of our films, and we had a famous director called Jim Sheridan here. It's been a real highlight for me to be able to see the audience connect with Irish culture, and that's made me very proud, I have to say. Film is something that we continue to promote here, and we continue to do so. Again, along with many great partners, the EU, UN Women Film Festival is coming up, and we have a film about our former President, Mary Robinson, being screened at that event.
شكرا جزيلا سعادة السفيرة. وفعلا يعني تحدثتي عن الكثير من نقاط التعاون الخاصة بالفنون، التعليم، التمكين، الشباب والعلوم والتكنولوجيا. وربما من هنا سأنتقل إلى سؤال آخر، وعندما تحدثت تحديدا عن موضوع الزراعة والشباب وعن عن مشروع دار أبو عبد الله والنموذج التكاملي بين تكية أم علي ودار أبو عبد الله بالتمكين الاقتصادي للعائلات، وأيضا أنتم تدعمون المزارع لدار أبو عبد الله تعمل على تمكين الأسر التي كانت ضمن قوائم المستفيدين من التكية. أحب أن أسمع من حضرتك عن هذه التجربة.
Well, we're really proud as an Irish embassy to work with Dar Abu Abdullah. They're an amazing organisation working on hydroponic farming in particular. That's what we support as an embassy, and we've supported the building of greenhouses but also the livelihoods of young farmers, women farmers in Carrack. And I had the opportunity to go and meet those farmers recently, and it was so amazing to meet them. What I love about what our Dar Abu Abdullah does, it gets right into the community and it sees what the community needs. So when you talk about hydroponic farming, it's a climate sensitive way of farming, and it adapts to a country that doesn't have, I know we've had a good bit of rain this winter, but it is a drought. Country that suffers from drought, so it's sensitive to that. It farms in a way that recognises that there's not a lot of water in Jordan, and yet it creates this amazing produce. And it teaches young farmers to do that, but it also, Dar Abdullah, they support the farmer from the farm itself all the way to the supermarket shelf, so that they are supported along the full journey, and also that they're learning how to do this so they can be entrepreneurs in the future, farmers in the future. And actually this year the FAO have the Women of the Farmer, the Year of the Women of the Farmer, and actually Ireland and Jordan are partnering. We're the leaders on this, so I'm really proud. It's a real great connection between what our embassy is doing and what's happening here in Jordan. But I'd also like to mention, if I could, Tkiyet Umali, the sister organisation, and how proud I am as well to be involved tonight in assisting with this iftar, in providing food to the most very vulnerable people. And, you know, the connection between Dar Abu Abdullah and Tkiyet Umali is really strong. And I feel really proud to be here with a number of Irish community members to provide the food to these people in need. And last year I was here also, and it was a brilliant experience. And last year there were screens that they were showing that the people of Gaza were being fed at the same time, and it was actually quite emotional to watch during the conflict. And as we know, with Ireland, we are a country, we really want to represent our values on the stage, especially in a time of great, complexity and turbulence in this world. And we really do want to see an end to conflicts, and that human rights and international human law is adhered to. So that's another thing that I would like to say. And when you look at what you do here, it's amazing.
بالحديث عن دور مؤسسات المجتمع المدني وما تطرقت له الآن من الدور الذي تقوم به التكية هنا في الأردن في دعم الأسر الأكثر هشاشة، وأيضا الدور الذي تقوم به بغزة، ربما هذا يقودني إلى سؤال يتعلق ب رؤية سعادتك إلى دور مؤسسات المجتمع المدني في الأردن، وما هو المأمول منها لتحقيق التنمية المستدامة وليس فقط العمل في المجال الإغاثي.
Thank you. Yeah, and again, the embassy supports a lot of civil sector organisations, civil society organisations here in Jordan, either through supporting their events or also through our development budget, the embassy's development budget. And again, what I do is I meet these amazing, inspiring people who give up their time to work on issues, human rights, women's rights, people who are persons with disability, working with women, working with youth. And I think it's really inspiring to see that. And I think as an embassy, we like this localisation model where we have organisations who are local to Jordan, who understand what needs to be done. They fully understand the environment they're working in. And I think, we would take advice from those organisations because they see it and they're here all the time. As you mentioned earlier on, I will be leaving this post after a few years. and then somebody else will be coming in. So we lean on local organisations, CSOs, to help us understand Jordan better. And when we lend our support, then that we do it in the most impactful way that we can. I think it's really important. But I think it also, I'd just like to say again, it shows like there's real dedication and hospitality and generosity amongst Jordanians that I see day after day through my work. And it's very inspiring. If you look at the likes of Palestinian refugees here, Syrian refugees, women, persons with disabilities, all those groups, those vulnerable groups, even these people here today who, if you weren't providing these meals tonight, we don't know whether they would have a warm meal this evening. So it's really inspiring to show. And the amount of volunteers who have showed, Jordanian volunteers who have showed up tonight as well to help out, to be part of this, I think it's really inspirational. And it's something that I will always remember about Jordan and that I will take away with me, and something that I'm very proud to have been part of here in Jordan also.
شكرا جزيلا، وشكرا لتسليطك الضوء على الجزئية الخاصة بأن المجتمع المدني كونه الأكثر التصاقا مع الناس العاديين وأكثر اطلاعا على واقعهم، فهو ربما الأقدر على تحديد هذه الاحتياجات. وكما تفضلتي أنكم أحيانا تسمعون منهم ما هي الاحتياجات التي يمكن من خلالها أن تشاركوا. سعادة السفيرة، 17 أذار هو اليوم الوطني لإيرلندا، وإن شاء الله كل أيامكم أعياد وفرح. وبهالمناسبة شاركتينا بقالب الكيك مع علم إيرلندا، وإحنا بانتظار الفريق من السفارة لحتى نحتفل فيه. I would like to welcome the embassy staff.
Another Irish community, they're not embassy staff.
The Irish community. You're welcome.
One embassy staff, our driver, Hani, is a...
فبنستقبل هلأ طاقم السفارة وأيضا مبكرين عن الجالية الإيرلندية بالأردن. كل سنة وأنتم سالمين. Happy National Day to Ireland. So it's time to celebrate the cake. So please. Happy St. Patrick.